Hello, my name is Marielle. Welcome to my top 20 best movies of 2021. I have seen so many amazing movies this year that it's really hard for me to pick just 20. This video is actually going to be in two parts. First, I'm going to talk about movies that have already been released, but I've never seen. And then in part two, I'll talk about movies that have been released in 2021. Without further ado, let's start talking about my favorite films of 2021. I watched Song 1 at the beginning of this year. In her directorial debut, Kate Barker-Froyland did a superb job in this empowering story. Released in 2014, Song 1 details the events of Franny meeting and creating a bond with her brother's fan-favorite musician after her brother is hit by a car. Song 1 showcases the importance of music and finding yourself during difficult times. Anne Hathaway and Johnny Flynn did a tremendous job in their characterization, particularly their chemistry. A little slow at times, I like the camera angles and the empowering message. Honestly, this film is very underrated and I recommend that you watch it. I am so glad that I discovered this movie. Short Term 12 is a strong story. This 2013 film is about the staff of a residential treatment facility who help navigate troubled teens to seek better opportunities. Short Term 12 stars a strong ensemble of characters, each showcasing a range of emotions and acting capabilities. Brie Larson gives a strong and dedicated performance. Watching Short Term 12 is eye-opening, offering viewers to feel a new sense of self-appreciation. Presenting bold subject matter about residential treatment, Destin Daniel Cretton reinforces a subject matter that challenges all audiences to be open-minded. This is another film that is not talked about more, and I recommend that you watch it. For anyone who is an artist, I greatly recommend that you check out Death of a Superhero. A 2011 film, Donald is a 15-year-old boy with terminal cancer who likes to spend time in his head drawing comics. Thomas Brody Sangster does a remarkable range in his emotional journey. Andy Serkis and Sangster's interactions were the best. As tremendously portrayed in this film, therapists are here to help us better understand ourselves and our dilemmas. The best part about Death of a Superhero was the fantastic comic graphics. As an artist, this is what kept me hooked. A shout out goes to all the artists for their hard work in creating the animated cartoons. Cancer is never an easy subject matter of discussion, but Ian Fitzgibbon managed to present it in a strong and more positive light. Death of a Superhero is emotional, deep, and powerful. I fell in love with this movie as soon as I watched it. Sideways was released to theaters in 2004. Sideways is an uplifting story that details a man's deteriorating mental health. Paul Giamatti and Thomas Hayden Church made the best comedic duo. I was impressed with the range that Giamatti could do. On a road trip, anything can happen. A handful of bizarre and hilarious events occur. Alexander Payne reflected the truth. The one aspect of this film that left a positive impact on me was the topic of wine. It's treated as a character of its own. Just like wine, we are constantly evolving. Sideways is the right film for anyone who is feeling lost. Little Miss Sunshine became my favorite film as soon as I watched it. Released to theaters in 2006, a family travels across the country for their daughter to compete in the annual Little Miss Sunshine pageant. Little Miss Sunshine had exceptional talents. Each member of the cast gets a credible amount of screen time. Character depth was studied to its highest regard. Writers had fun with the dialogue and creating the situations that the family get themselves into. I was laughing and smiling. Jonathan Dayton and Valerie Ferris embarked on a film that is about growth. Little Miss Sunshine had a wonderful balance in the journey of this story. I highly recommend that you watch Little Miss Sunshine if you have not yet seen it. The storyline for Puzzle immediately caught my attention. Released to theaters in 2018, Agnes, an unhappy married woman, unearths a passion for puzzles. Kelly Macdonald's captivating performance enforces an invigorating message to all audiences. Another reason I was drawn into this film was that it was the last performance by Irfan Khan. Agnes and Robert's interactions are essential. Puzzle establishes an enticing moral. Finding a passion is a vital segment in life, along with finding happiness. The puzzle building sequences were my favorite. Mark Turtletowel directed a simple movie that holds a deep message about growing up, no matter the age. This is a movie that you have to check out. As soon as I started the first episode of Sweet Magnolias, I was immediately hooked. A 2020 Netflix series, it's based on the lives of the friendship between three adult women. Sweet Magnolias is an empowering series. Each actress delivered a strong performance. The friendship between the three women is a great example to all audiences about how friendship impacts our lives. The series deals with several relatable themes. Cheryl J. Anderson connected to audiences. Go watch Sweet Magnolias on Netflix. I am waiting on the edge of my seat for season 2 to come out, especially after the startling ending that we got. Okay, so Two Night Stand is a movie that I never thought I would have enjoyed. Released in 2014, the film is centered around two people who are forced to spend another evening together after already having a one-night stand. Two Night Stand demonstrates how important it is to get to know someone. For a film like this, Miles Teller and Leo Tipton had great chemistry. Their growing bond is the best part of the film. This film has fun being what it is. Dating is a major theme. It has its humor which may not be suitable for all audiences. Max Nichols connected to audiences, especially those who are in their 20s, trying to find what they're good at after college. I recommend Two Night Stand to all couples. It's more than what its premise is based around. Now this is a movie for anyone who has a sweet tooth. Chocolat is a 2000 film about a woman who opens a chocolate shop in a conservative French town. One of my favorite aspects of Chocolat, aside from the delicious candy, is that you can make a difference by sharing what you are good at. A lot of the characters stood out, mainly Vianne and Johnny Depp's character. Character dynamic is essential in a film like this. Lasse Hallström explored the range of the message of Chocolat. Never worry about what you are not supposed to do. Live a little. Measure goodness by what you create, along with who you include. You have to have sweets with you when watching Chocolat. The chocolate business is given the rightful attention that it deserves. It's time to include some honorable mentions before I talk about my favorite film of this year. Midnight Run was a great film. Two men stem an unlikely bond. Traveling to New York in 5 days' time, this adventure is the most chaotic trip ever. Robert De Niro and the late Charles Grodin worked tremendously together. I'm astonished by Martin Brest's direction, along with his attention to the dialogue. If you have not yet seen Midnight Run, I highly suggest that you put it on your watch list to experience this eye-opening adventure. Letters to Juliet is an impactful love story. The film explores the meaning of love in a journey of growth, discovering your passion, and exploring the world. Amanda Seyfried is wonderful in her performance. If there's any movie that makes you want to travel, this is the one. Gary Winnick explored love, travel, and following your passions. Give Letters to Juliet a watch. Time Lapse is an underrated film. The film states that you should never mess with time. The cast does a tremendous job studying their characters, and their interactions. It's a creative story that keeps you guessing at each moment. The best of Bradley King's direction went to the actors and his own creative time travel angle. Go find Time Lapse and watch it. And now for my top favorite film of this year. Sunshine Cleaning is a 2008 film about a woman who creates her own biohazard crime removal cleaning business. I did not think that I was going to enjoy this film as much as I did. Amy Adams and Emily Blunt score a tremendous range in their performances. The film gives attention to a business that nobody would ever think about. Christine Jeffs distributed a film about finding your career. When you think about it, every job is important in the world. Sunshine Cleaning is an important film for all audiences to watch, especially those who are just graduating from college. I had a fun time watching this film. I recommend that you find it and watch it. Thanks for catching the first part of my top 20 favorite films of this year. Tune in tomorrow where I'll be talking about my top favorite films of 2021. Like, comment, subscribe to my channel or to my Patreon. My name is Marielle, and this has been another one of my movie reviews.